Welcome back to another daily vlog. It is about 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:30 in the morning. I'm up trying to get myself ready. I have to get my daughter off to a dance audition. I did not sleep well at all last night. I was up until probably close to 1 in the morning. Just up thinking, processing, editing my YouTube videos, just up. And now I am struggling. And I'm going to try my best not to rely on coffee this morning, but I make no promises. And I've just really been trying to be consistent, not only with my daily vlogging here on YouTube, but just also consistency in my life in general. And right now, my sleep and my appetite are just I'm struggling. I can't even lie. Like, I am struggling. I'm still thinking about my therapy session that I had yesterday. And my therapist kind of bringing to my attention that I am clearly on a spiritual journey. Like, I am going through an awakening. And while I thought like the awakening was only tied to my appetite, I'm noticing that it's tied to my sleep too. Like, it's really affecting my sleep. Yesterday I didn't share with you, I went to the gym and got I guess it's like a DEXA scan. It's like that full body scan thing they have at the gym. And what I noticed is that what the scale says I weigh and what my body looks like I weigh is totally two different things. And I'm sharing that with you because the guy who was operating the machine, the first question he asked me is, how's your sleep? And I was like, sleep, what's that? Like, I have not been sleeping well. And he was like, I think you're probably holding on to excessive like fluid and retention and also fat storage as well because of a lack of sleep. So that made me start thinking about my cortisol. And then he also mentioned vitamins. And he was just like, sometimes we're deficient in a lot of vitamins. So I've been looking at like getting like my blood work done. I get my blood work done every year, but specifically to see like what vitamins I'm missing. I think there's a company called like Nourish or something like that. This video is not sponsored by them yet, but I've been seeing a lot of ads for them, Nourish, and there's a couple of other ones. And they claim that they're covered by, or they can be covered by your health insurance. So I'm just gonna probably branch out and reach out to one of those companies to just check my vitamins as well. I do have an appointment coming up with my OB to go over my PMDD symptoms because they have been getting like really intense lately. I'm actually in my luteal phase right now, which also could be a factor in my sleep and appetite. I don't know. I just feel like at 36 years old, I'm just going through some hormonal shifts as well. I felt it after I had my second child. I was 33 when I had her, but I'm definitely feeling it now. So I don't know if this is like premenopausal. I don't know what it is, but I definitely feel some level of imbalance. There is something clearly going on. And I want to be proactive. I don't want to be reactive. I want to be proactive and kind of see what's happening. I'm curious if you're also in your 30s or 40s. Like, when did you start feeling like a hormonal shift? Like, whether it was premenopausal, perimenopausal, whatever it's called. I don't know. Like, when did you start feeling like this shift within your hormones? Because I'm definitely feeling it, and I do not like it whatsoever. But anyways, I digress. So on the agenda for today is, first off, my daughter's dance audition. I need to take my hair out. My hair looks a mess. I was never like a person that was like really big on like my appearance. I mean, let me say that lightly. Like, I know like to keep myself up, right? But like not really like girly girl makeup, hair, da 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 da. But lately I've been noticing that when I do keep my hair done, I keep my nails done, I'm taking care of my skin, that I feel better about myself or just have a better energy about myself. And like, not in like a vain way, but just, again, keeping my nails done. Like, I broke a nail. Like, girl, why are you walking around with a broke nail? Go get your nails done. Hair, girl, your cornrows in the front look terrible. Like, get your hair done. My skincare, I've been doing my morning skincare, have been slipping on my nighttime skincare. Like, get it together. So I really want to focus on that today, and more so just like making sure my routines are down packed when it comes to hair, nails, skincare. And again, not from a vain point, but just from a self-esteem point of view. Sometimes when I'm stressed out, I'm overwhelmed, I'm running around doing things for the kids, then like my maintenance falls off. Like, here I am running to get her to a dance audition, but I'm not taking my hair out, but I'm not getting my nails done, but I'm not, going to Ulta to make sure I have all the things for my skincare. Like, I'm taking care of something that she needs to do or wants to do. And I find that I do that often. Like, I'm totally okay with neglecting myself to make sure the members of my household have what they need. They're taken care of. They're happy. But here I am running around with a broken nail, face breaking out, hair looks a mess. So I say all that to say, after I get her to dance, I was like thinking, what's on the agenda? That's it. Once I get her to this dance audition, I'm going to come home and take my hair out. I need to text my nail lady to set an appointment for next week. I need to go through my skincare products to see what I need, what I already have. And I would just want to get organized. Like, as I'm reinventing myself, I'm noticing kind of what I said the other day about my therapy session. Like, I'm in the space of observing. I don't feel like I'm just like a daily participant of my life. I feel like I'm really like outside looking and observing, like, ooh, that needs to be fixed. That needs to be altered. That's not working. Okay, we can keep that there. So I'm like playing like Tetris to figure out what's fitting and what's not. And so I really want to spend some time loving on myself, taking care of my maintenance. Like, I just feel like as women, that's so important. Again, not from a vain point of view, but more so from self-esteem. Like I said, for me, when my hair is done, my nails is done, my skin is clear, I feel good. I feel good about myself. It's a self-esteem thing that I want to really give more time and attention to. Like, I can't keep just running around with these kids, putting a hat on my head and wearing a hoodie because life is just life. And like, no, like, I should not have to sacrifice my beauty, my appearance, my aesthetic because I'm running around taking care of people. Like, no, like, gone are the days. We need to done that. Okay. I'm rambling as usual. Let me go ahead and finish getting myself together, get my daughter to this dance audition, and then I'll check in with you a little bit later to kind of see how this day is unfolding. And yeah, see you in a little bit. And just like that, the day has ended. As you can see, I'm in my nightgown and my bonnet. The day is over. I had all intentions to come back in and check in with you throughout my day. But to be honest, when I got back in from taking my daughter to her dance audition, I passed out on the couch. I have been incredibly exhausted, primarily because I told you that I have not been sleeping at night. Like, I have been up all times of the night. And so during the day, I've been exhausted. And I think just with the week, this Saturday, it caught up to me. It caught up to me and it caught up to me quickly. And I just passed out. Like, I had nothing in the tank. I had nothing to give. I was totally depleted. Like, the kids were just around me playing, screaming. It was a movie on. Like, it was just so much chaos around me. And I was so exhausted that I just laid there asleep. Like, I couldn't even muster up the energy to say, be quiet. I think I might have yelled out, like, please be quiet once. Other than that, I was passed out on that couch. I woke up. My husband made some lunch, or I might have passed out after lunch. I think it was after lunch. Definitely had the itis because when I came in, he cooked lunch. I had lunch, passed out on the couch. And then my husband actually took my hair down for me. That's why I have my bonnet on. I'm going to actually go to the gym in the morning. And then when I get home, I'm going to wash my hair. And then tomorrow I have to take my daughter to one of her friends' birthday parties. So yeah, that's the weekend. This weekend has been dedicated to catching up on sleep and doing stuff with the kids. That's pretty typical. Like my oldest daughter has completely hijacked my weekend with dance auditions, and now tomorrow on a Sunday, a birthday party. So, this is what I did want to check in with you about. So, I am a Real Housewives fan. I love the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I love the Real Housewives of Potomac. And then most recently, the Real Housewives of Rhode Island. If you also watch the Real Housewives, then you're probably up to speed on the whole Portia and Shamia stuff that's going on. And so I watch a podcast called Monday Night Live with Claudia Jordan, Blue Telusma, Carlos King, and Dustin Ross. And they recap the show. And Blue Telusma, I'm actually thinking about taking one of her EQ workshops. Like she does a lot of training and classes around emotional intelligence. I'm thinking about taking one of her classes. I know she has one coming up in the fall. I think I'm going to register for it for myself because I want to learn more about me. And so on the podcast, she was receiving a lot of flack because she was talking about discernment and people pleasing. And so I actually just subscribed to her YouTube channel so I can just hear her take. And she did like this, I think it's like 2 or 3 hour long podcast. I'm only like 45 minutes into it, so I need to finish it. But just within like the first hour of the podcast, she has called me out to a T. She made a statement that stung me in the heart. And she said that people pleasers are pathological liars. And I was like, tell me more. Because I just got done telling you like how I feel. I'm like, am I a people pleaser? Like the whole incident with my husband, like where I should have said no, but I said yes in order to please him. Right? She's like, people pleasers are pathological liars by definition. And then she pulled up the definition of pathological liars. I don't have the definition pulled up with me right now, but in a nutshell, you can Google what's the definition of the pathological liar. But in a nutshell, it's like a pathological liar is someone who lies to keep up a persona. And so by definition, that is a people pleaser. People pleasers will lie to stay liked. They will lie to be looked at as nice or friendly. They will lie to not be confrontational, right? So that's by definition a pathological liar. And so that really had me thinking about just this whole Reinvention Diaries that I'm on now, like just talking about like how my life was built just out of alignment with who I am. And just hearing that, like, man, like I am a pathological liar, or I have been pathologically lying to other people in order to not ruffle the feathers. And I have been willing to do things against what I want to do or what I feel in order to please other people. And I'm lying. And she said something else to me. Hold on, let me find somewhere to sit you on so that I can like have my hands free. Hold on 1 second. Okay, this is better. Actually, let me clip you right here. That way I can have all of my hands. Okay, so she said something else that really stuck out to me. She said that people pleasers are some of the most resentful people. Who told that lady to tell my business like that? People pleasers are some of the most resentful people. She tore me to shreds. She called me a pathological liar, and she told me I was one of the most resentful people in the room. And I must say, that's kind of true, right? Like for me being a people pleaser, like I resent, like the people that I'm people pleasing for, I resent that they don't people please me back. Does that make sense? Like, because I don't have any boundaries with you, I'm assuming that, or I'm desiring that you're not going to set any boundaries with me. So when you try to set a boundary with me and I haven't set any with you, How dare you? Now I'm resentful. I am resentful that you're setting boundaries with me and you're, going about your life and such in ways that, please and benefit you. And here I am not doing what I need to for myself, or not ruffling the feathers so you can be comfortable. Now I'm pissed. Now you're double comfortable. You're double comfortable because you're going to make sure you're comfortable. And you're also comfortable because I'm willing to be uncomfortable so you're uncomfortable. Therefore, I am pouring and you are not pouring back into me because you set up a boundary that you're not going to make yourself uncomfortable for the sake of me. That makes me resentful. That makes me incredibly resentful and pissed and mad and frustrated and angry. And again, like going back to what I was saying about like now I'm in this phase of my life where I don't feel like I'm participating in my life. I feel like I am observing my life. And I'm like, that makes a lot of sense why I am resentful, especially of those who I am a people pleaser for, who do not make themselves uncomfortable or who do not inconvenience themselves for my comfortability or for something that I want or whatever it may be. They won't do that. And that shows up a lot in my life. And I think for me, with people pleasing, it's like I'm expecting it to be reciprocated and it never is. And it's like I can't be mad at the other person who has decided to set their boundaries because at the end of the day, I'm lying to them. Just using the example with my husband, just as an example, I told him yes when I really meant no. And if you didn't see that vlog, maybe you're just catching this video now and you have to go back and catch up. But there was an instance where my husband's schedule got mixed up with his part-time job. It was some confusion with, picking up the kids, dropping off the kids. And he asked me, hey, would you mind? I can't remember if it was picking up the kids, dropping off the kids, whatever. Do you mind? Oh, it was picking up the kids. Do you mind picking up the kids? Because I messed up my schedule. Like he messed up his schedule. So he was asking me, do I mind picking up the kids so that he can then work in the afternoon since his morning schedule got worked up, when I had already had my afternoon planned out and picking up the kids were not on my agenda. And so when he asked me that, I said, yeah, sure, I'll pick them up. People pleasing. Because internally I wanted to say, F no, I got work. I don't want to be rushing through work to get the kids. Like I had my afternoon planned out. I had some self-care scheduled for myself, but I canceled all of that, right? He inconvenienced himself. He messed his schedule up. Nobody did that but him. He messed his schedule up. And because he messed his schedule up, he asked me, would I be willing to mess up my schedule to make him and what he has going on inconvenience? And I wanted to say no, and I said yes. So I lied to him, and I lied to myself. And if you go back to that vlog, I'm like cussing and fussing the whole ride to get the kids because I'm resentful. I'm mad that I've now inconvenienced myself, right? And so I think that's really today's lesson, is around people pleasing. And this idea that people pleasers are pathological liars and people pleasers are resentful, and not just keeping it there at the surface, but really going deeper and understanding why. At least for me, that's what I'm doing. I'm asking myself, like, Kierrah, why? Why is it hard for you to say no? What's the big deal that if your no upsets somebody? Like, why are you willing to put yourself second to make somebody else comfortable? Like, where does that come from? Where does that stem from? Why are you that way? And how can we stop doing that? Like, how can we stop lying to, let me just speak for me. How can I stop lying to myself and lying to other people? Right? Kind of going back, and if you've been following this whole series so far, you remember my coworker told me, what did my coworker tell me? What did my 60-plus-year-old coworker tell me? She told me, if you didn't see that vlog, Kierrah, you worry too much about what other people think about you. And I think she read me for filth. Like, that was spot on. And I think that's rooted in my people pleasing. If I say no to you, or if I hold this boundary down, like, What are you going to say about me? What are you going to think about me? Like, what does that mean for me? And I need to get in this space where I just kind of have a F it mentality. And, you know, again, not to a space where it's like detrimental. And I'm just using this example of my husband again, just as an example. But I just need to get to this space in my life where I am just not going to play about me. Like, I am not willing to put me on the back burner. I am not willing to put me second. I am no longer committing to putting anybody before me. Not even my kids. Not even my kids. I'm sorry, I said it. They will have their needs. They will have food on their plate, clothes on their back, shoes on their feet, roof over their head, all the basic necessities of life. But let's just take this weekend, for example. I am exhausted, but here I am driving my daughter to dance auditions, taking her to birthday parties, like, and then what? I'm going to start my whole week exhausted, right? So it's okay if you miss a birthday party. Or maybe I could have asked one of her friends, I'm close with her mom. Maybe I could have asked her mom if she can come pick her up and take her, since we're not too far from where the party is, right? Like, yeah, that's the lesson for today. Maybe some of that resonated with you. I would love to hear your feedback and your take on this in the comments, especially if you are a people pleaser, a recovering people pleaser. Maybe you used to be a people pleaser. Maybe you know some people pleasers. I don't know. But I think today's lesson is, once you realize that you have been people pleasing, it's getting to the root of why. Why are you doing that? Right? At least that's what I'm going to be doing for myself. So I'm actually about to try to get some sleep. I told you I've been taking the ashwagandha. I think I need to up it to 2. I told y'all somebody online said the ashwagandha was good, but they didn't feel it until they start taking 2, even though the bottle say take 1. I think starting tomorrow, I'm gonna start taking 2 because it's not doing what it need to do. But I did resort back to my Phil's bedtime berry gummies. This is not a sponsored video by Phil's yet. I paid for these out of my pocket. However, I do have a code for these. I'll make sure to put it on the screen. You just go to phils.com. And at checkout, you put my code. I think it's Kierrah 10. If it's not, I'll put it on the screen somewhere. Oops, sorry. I hope I'm not showing y'all too much. Putting my little work sweater on over this. But anyways, these are Phil's gummies. They're sleep gummies, bedtime berry. It says relaxing and sedating hemp extract gummies. It has 5 mg of CBN, 10 mg of CBD, and 1.5 mg of THC per gummy. And these are pretty good. I've taken up to 3. I've never taken more than 3, but lately I've just been using 1. These are like my emergency pack. If I know I really need to just be knocked out, sleep and stay the sleep for the night, these gummies are the bomb. In about 30 minutes, they'll kick in. And I just took one right before coming on here. And I think I've been recording for, what's it say, 15 minutes now. So in about 15 more minutes, your girl gonna be asleep. So I will see you all in the morning tomorrow. I already told you what the rundown is. Did I tell you I'm going to a new gym tomorrow? So tomorrow I'm going to check out the new gym, get back, shower, wash my hair, get my daughter to this dance. Goodness gracious, her life, my life is just all dance. Get her to this birthday party, probably go grocery shopping, and then I'm gonna just chill. So I'll see you tomorrow. We'll see what the lesson is that comes out of tomorrow. And until next time, be well.